Community is rallying around the family of Sgt Daniel Baker. Tomorrow, one barbershop is donating all of its profits to his family.
I never heard anybody in the community say anything bad about him. Even I met people he's arrested and they liked him. He treated them fair.
That just speaks to how much he was loved in Dickson County. Sgt Baker used to get his hair cut at Doc's barbershop, and now they're deciding to give back to his family. Tomorrow, the shop is donating every penny earned, including tips, to his family. They're hoping for a big crowd tomorrow, and though they say it won't be much, they're trying to do their part to help.
Makes your heart swell a little bit to think about how the community, individuals and businesses have come together. It makes you proud to be a part of the community here, to see the support garnered from such a tragic incident like this.
The business is located inside Reagan's Arcade at 204 North Main Street in downtown Dickson.
This just in, a 19-year-old from Portland has been arrested by Hendersonville police. Officers say Christian Duncan reached out to a 13-year-old girl for nude pictures and arranged to meet for sex. He now faces multiple charges of solicitation of a minor.
A deadly wreck involving a motorcycle and semi-truck caused a portion of I65 to shut down. It was reported just after noon today. Crews had to shut down the southbound side of the interstate in Robertson County near mile marker 104 to investigate. The motorcycle driver died in that wreck. No word on when the roadway will reopen.
Issues surrounding bird scooters are making their way before Metro Council. 2 ordinances are on first reading tonight. News Channel 5's Kyle Horan has been following this story. Kyle, these bills lay out a format for the scooter company to be able to operate in Nashville, right?
Right, and it's not just scooters, but the potential for bikes too. This could be used to manage Bird, but also other companies that are similar.
Just the fact that, they're fun. What I do is I come out at lunchtime, I'll go take them down to the Gulch or Germantown or just wherever I want to go. I can be there in like 5 minutes, I'm not sweating.
The saga of bird scooters in Nashville continues.
I was just up on Demumbrian and it was just like a quick 5-minute trip down here, so I like the ease of it.
The newcomers have just about a month under their belt in Music City, and they've certainly made waves.
Saw that they did get a cease and desist recently, but it's weird, even though they had the cease and desist, I feel like they've been coming out more often.
The people of Nashville seem to like them. But the lack of oversight, the manner in which they appeared, caused not only legal action, but it caused Metro Council members to take a look.
Well, I think safety is the #1 thing I think they're probably worried about.
2 ordinances are up in council tonight. One has to do with creating a pilot program, a way to permit companies with both dockless scooters and bikes. It includes a provision that each vehicle should show riders 3 rules. That a rider has to yield to pedestrians on the sidewalk.
The bike lanes in the city, I think if there's just more bike lanes, it would work out really well.
That helmet use is encouraged, and that while riding on the road, the rider must obey all of the rules of the road.
I think it's just a neat concept, and this was my first time riding one.
People admit right now the rules for use are blurry.
Honestly, I've ridden by cops before. They haven't really done anything, so I don't think they know how to deal with it either. I think it's kind of just everybody's kind of up in limbo about what to do with it.
And council members say they're a little irked about the way the company went about their Nashville launch.
Now that they're here, other companies are chomping at the bit to get here as well. We're trying to save off an avalanche of scooters and bicycles just flooding the streets before we can get a handle on how we want to regulate them as a city.
Besides safety, there are provisions for Metro to gather data from Bird.
Really easy to get around. It's a lot of fun.
Or future companies with similar products.
As long as they're here, I'm going to use them.
Right, and it is possible that could happen here. Denver, for example, has both Bird and Lime. That's another similar scooter service. They're dealing with some similar issues as we are. Reporting live in downtown Nashville, Kyle Horan, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Kyle. Metro Council is dealing with more than just those scooters tonight. They're facing a contentious public hearing over Mayor Briley's spending plan. And already a group of city service employees are rallying for a pay raise. News Channel 5's Jason Lamb is in front of the Metro Courthouse. Jason, that pay raise may come at a cost.
Yeah, that's right. Under a budget proposal filed by Councilman Bob Mendez and others, there would be that employees would get that pay raise, but it would come at a cost of a property tax increase, and that's something that Metro Nashville hasn't done since 2012. So here it was at the Metro Courthouse, where the community and other employees gathered for a rally organized by the Service Employees International Union. It's in opposition to the original budget plan that Mayor David Briley proposed, as he's facing a tough budget situation this year. Now, to make a balanced budget for next year, Briley is proposing to renege on that 3% raise deal that was promised to Metro employees. The budget also doesn't fund Metro schools to the entire amount that Superintendent Sean Joseph was requesting. The SEIU says city employees are already behind on their pay because of sacrifices they made during the 2010 flood and the Great Recession. And they say the only reason the city is in this position now is because of bad financial decisions that city leaders made. The procession will now move inside to attend the council's public hearing on the budget. Here's what one person who attended the rally had to say.
I am hoping today that the council members create a budget that is in support of the students, our kids, and the workers. We work hard, we love the kids, but a lot of us are being overworked and we're being underpaid, and we want to make sure that our kids come first, and we can't do that if we're working second and third jobs. It's difficult to balance out taking care of the students and taking care of our own families.
We'll have more on everything the Metro Council is talking about tonight, coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. Live in front of the Metro Courthouse, Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.
Jason, thank you. A new development tonight. The company that employed 2 security guards involved in a fatal shooting in a local hookah bar has been fined. The state fined Protect Security $250 because at least one of the guards was unlicensed. 30-year-old Jason McLean was shot and killed after being escorted out of the Cloud 9 bar in December of last year. Witnesses say McLean got a gun out of his car and started shooting at the guards. Sadly, teen crime is on the rise.
Still to come on News Channel 5 at 6, a violent carjacking has members of one normally quiet area on edge.
How scammers are turning to social media to make a quick buck off the upcoming CMA Fest events.
And it was a wreck that shut down I65 for a time. A piece of construction equipment barreled into a bridge when TDOT plans to make a permanent fix.
Steamy and stormy summertime weather looks to make a return to the mid-state. I've got the latest on timing next on News Channel 5 at 6.
All right, we want to get back to our top story tonight. The man accused of murdering his former boss with a hatchet, we told you, still on the run.
Just 1 hour after the attack in Belle Meade, police say Dominic McKelly was spotted at an urgent care in Gallatin. Here's a look at the images released earlier today. News Channel 5's Sarah McCarthy took a look at McKelly's social media pages, which gives us a glimpse into his current state of mind.
Safe, never in a million years would you think something like this would happen.
That sense of security is gone, and many here are struggling to understand why.
It's just a senseless, brutal, violent attack.
Police say just before 7 o'clock Monday morning, 36-year-old Dominic McKelly walked into this gym and charged at Joel Pavela with a hatchet.
Mr. Pavela was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead on arrival.
Security cameras captured McKelly in a parking garage in the moments before the attack.
Apparently pacing around, maybe trying to determine what he was going to do.
He allegedly chose to enter his former workplace with weapons.
Armed with a hatchet and what may have been another hatchet or perhaps a large knife.
3 people training inside witnessed the attack. They ran for help, but it was too late.
There was a struggle. Mr. Pavela obviously tried to defend himself on this attack, but Mr. McKelly was very brutal.
A murder likely fueled by a grudge.
Reportedly, McKelly was fired by Pavela some 14 months ago. We are not aware of any recent contact between the two.
McKelly was last seen leaving the crime scene in a 4-door older model Toyota Yaris. Police say by now he could be anywhere, leaving many here with broken hearts and a shattered sense of security.
We do consider this man to be very dangerous to this community based on what's happened here this morning.
We just received new information or video of McKelly from Metro Police. They say he stopped at a Gallatin drugstore about 90 minutes after the murder. Before that, he had been spotted on surveillance video at an urgent care clinic on West Main Street.